I mean, it's not ideal, but it'll do. It still looks a little off to me, but yes. Okay. Raven, I'm streaming right now. Okay. All right. All right. It's working. All right. We are in fact back. It's walking. All right. I'm gonna give the chill intro just a minute, and then we'll get this show on the road. I got Wendy's. It was being really weird about what aspect ratio. It's like actually kind of a wonky one, but at least it's not squashed. So we'll take it. Alrighty. How's everybody doing? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna show off my I'll show off my new setup now. First, I'm gonna warm up the deck. I like to start with an oracle card. Exciting. I'm glad we got it working. Are you guys gonna want a tarot reading, or are we gonna start with a general energy? I like oracle cards. I think they set a theme, kind of an overall energy. I wanna know what to keep in mind as we talk about. Okay, I want one. Ooh, okay, we'll start with a general, and then I'll make sure you're the first one I read for tonight. Exciting. Okay. Let's check it out. Yay! Okay, we'll start with our general. I got a warm up deck, and then we'll bust out my signature kawaii deck. But first, this was gifted to me by a friend, this oracle deck. I'm kind of a sucker for. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. The overall theme is time. Time can be seen to be both linear and spiral. Circle back to explore concepts from the past and create the future. It's like time flows like a river. Pretty maiden. I really like this oracle deck because it's difficult to see, but The designs have a lot of texture, like they're made from physical media, and there's so much imagery in it. I really like it. It's like it's made out of tapestries or something. But yeah, so time. Actually, in one of the comics, hi. Of course you can get a reading. Um, I actually have Between Boundaries first, and I'll make sure you are the second reading. I think maybe I know I said I was gonna do a general, but we'll do just a real quick couple cards just to get like general energies out, and then I'll start your guys' readings. Okay, let me see. Between Boundary says, I've got a tarot and an oracle deck myself. My tarot deck is Sonic the Hedgehog. Cute! And Marvel Comics. I love that. I really loved themed tarot decks. Sometimes I feel like I wish they paid a little more attention. Like, I would love to do like a tarot card review because I feel like sometimes tarot decks are like you can tell they're just a cash grab. Like they just threw cards, characters on there like it was a freaking regular card deck. And then there's others that like pleasantly surprise me with uh you can tell that they really understood what the tarot deck is and like what the stuff meaning. Like my roommate got a World of Warcraft deck and I thought that one was really good because they paid really close attention to making sure that like the images and the characters like made sense for what they were. The Diablo deck actually was like that too. Um but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Whatever deck like resonates with you, that's all that matters. Okay, general energies. Hi, Noodle. Thanks for the assistance. Always appreciated, Miss Noodle. I think she just needed her presence to be known before she went and sat down. Oh no! I'm so sorry. There we go. The Sonic one changed suits to fire, water, lightning, and rings. Rings are perfect for pentacles. They put a lot of effort, simplified the meanings. I was gonna say, I hope Amy Rose had something to do with it because that's kind of her thing. That's so cute. I want that deck now. Yeah, really good at readings, not so much at tech. All right, so general energies to keep in mind today is the Chariot. So forward motion. So, just like time waits for no one, it's constantly moving forward. Um, obviously it's important to consider the past so that you don't repeat it, but ultimately everything comes back. Dominion and the Knight of Wands. He's fast, speedy. All of this is very much forward motion. Even like this card is about as you see he's like he's let this one go and he's holding onto this staff and looking forward onto new horizons. So, I feel like this is a very like, you know, it's going to be a very topical. I don't know, maybe even if this message is speaking to you, I would say it's one of those kind of like just do it kind of things, like really live in the moment. This guy right here, he waits for no one. He's steadfast on his horse. It almost is kind of this one is neat because he's like on fire, but it almost looks like he's kind of running from it too. Um, so yeah, like Sonic leaving his trail behind him. I love Amy Rose. That's so cute. I would love to see that. Uh, Also, I do have a Discord. It's linked on my Twitch page. Um, if you want to join my Discord, I'd love to, we can share pictures and share readings. Um, or even I'm available to draw cards at any time. So I'm gonna bust out my favorite deck. It's the ones I'm holding in my hand right now, the Kawaii Tarot. Sweet, thank you. And thank you for joining my Discord. All right. Do you have a particular question you'd like to ask between boundary or just a general? Well, usually what I do is I do a 3-card spread. Um, and sometimes if I'm unclear with the message, I'll draw clarifiers. Oh, what's going on? There we go. When I was little, my favorite was, well, obviously Sonic at first, and then I really liked Knuckles. Um, and I like Shadow. I think he's pretty cool. I think his game kind of sucked. No offense. Um, but he looks cool. And I like Amy Rose a lot. I don't know. Sonic's cute. The games are so fun. I like classic Sonic the best though. I really like the Sonic Mania game because my favorite is like 1, 2, and 3. I also really like 3 with Sonic and Knuckles. My favorite kind of reading. What's coming towards me in love? Okay. Don't worry, Chrissy, you're next. I'm going to do um, Between Boundaries first. And his question, or their question, is will I find good friends I can vibe with sometime soon? Okay, let's see. And I will say, without even drawing a card, if you're struggling finding, attracting like energy, I definitely recommend um, maybe seeing if you can get your hands on some sage, um, and do some meditation and kind of clear your energy, clear your space, and then try to get into like uh, neutrality or um, basically like trying to remove um, negativity and then draw it, like kind of envision your ideal self and try to like draw in that energy. Because they say like energy attracts like energy. So your first card is the Hierophant in reverse, the Page of Swords, kind of a know-it-all, and the Seven of Wands. Okay. Your first card, a major arcana, the Hierophant. When it's in reverse, it represents confusion, restriction, and challenge. The reverse Hierophant can be a sign that other people don't understand where you're coming from and that yourself may be confused. To show what your course of action is the right one, point to the past. Doing this may help strengthen your argument for yourself as well. The Hierophant card reversed can also mean an overbearing authority that is afraid to try new things. You may feel restricted or pressured to conform. Keep in mind, however, that even as the Hierophant is firmly set in his beliefs, he is relatively easy to please. If you receive this card in the reverse, it may be time to learn how to live with this authority rather than acting rebelliously. Aw, thanks, Shotgun. Let's see. Page of Swords. He's So I'm not sure if this means this is your energy or maybe this is the energy. This could be even what the card is like warning of this authority, which could even represent an energy within yourself. Like, what is your inside voice telling you? Are you being too hard on yourself? Because the Page of Swords, represents smarts, analysis, and that word again, challenge. So maybe you're, hmm, let's just go a little further into the Page of Swords. They're quick, almost like a computer. The Page of Swords tends to be a know it all. At worst, someone who blurts out things they shouldn't say. Because of this, the Page of Swords can in rare cases serve as a warning that someone may be telling your business to others. Okay. Or maybe even a little bit of oversharing. Hmm. I mean, at least that's the energy I'm getting in this particular case. Um, Maybe just a warning not to overshare too quick. Um, it's really easy, especially like I know when I get nervous, I sometimes can overshare or talk um, to fill the space when I don't need to. I'm like, I used to be a naturally shy person, and then when I started realizing, like, when I found my voice and got more talkative, I like overdid it and would find myself like just like ga- like yapping even when I didn't need to. And it can be a little off-putting to people. So um, that could be a warning for you, or it could even be a warning of like if you meet someone and they're a little too much at first, maybe they're just nervous. Um, Because on a more positive side, the Page of Swords is a sign of intelligence and strong analytic nature in a youthful person you know or yourself. When it comes to decision making, the Page of Swords challenges you to make the right choice, even when it seems difficult. In fact, especially when it's difficult. Pages usually represent messengers, and the Page of Swords is no different in that he represents opportunities for growth. Because of the youthful, idealistic, and inexperienced nature of pages, this is not the final battle. The challenge you are likely facing is a test in your journey that will measure your commitment to personal growth. So far, all I ask of others is reciprocity, namely, that if I ask to hang out, I like them to work out with me to put Amy in their schedule and to ask the same of me. It's been extremely hard finding people or either to do so when they say they will or don't follow through. So I will say, um, this is just coming from my own personal experience, but sometimes, how can I put this? Sometimes, obviously, you should never um, spread yourself too thin or put yourself out there too much for people. But sometimes um, reciprocity can put you into the mindset of transactional relationships, and you do want to avoid that because some people you may miss out on a genuinely good friend, but let's say maybe they have to work two jobs to support their family or their, past mistakes, or maybe they have a child, or um, you know, something like being able to reciprocate as much as you would like may not actually be realistic. But if when you ask yourself that, like, say they're carrying like, they're carrying a 50-pound weight and you only have a 10-pound weight, are you really, is your workouts really the same then at that point? I don't know if that's the perfect analogy, but that's kind of what I'm thinking sometimes when people get too hung up on making sure that everything's equal. Like, just because someone doesn't have time for you doesn't mean that they don't care about you as much as it feels like. Um, and it really does seem unfair a lot of times. But I would hate for you to um, miss out on a valuable connection or friendship because it seems like there's not a reciprocity. In those cases, sometimes it just means you should find more friends. So that way it's like when that person is around, then, you will make time for them. But that's just my recommendation because I know it's hard. Especially if you're anywhat introverted. It's like I don't want a billion friends. It can be draining. But that's just my personal take it from me. I'm an old lady. My experience is that if you focus too much on every relationship you have being like 100% equal, um, it tends to lead to a little bit of disappointment. Um, your last card represents being under siege, defiance, and challenge. Isn't that weird? So it's weird that all three of your cards, so the overarching thing obviously is just going to be understanding challenge. And with the time, maybe that's kind of saying something. Um, that, depending on your life circumstances, like time may be more valuable. So like if you're looking to be friends with someone who only has maybe 2 hours a week of free time and they spend any amount of time with you during those 2 hours, that time may not seem like you may miss the reality of just how valuable that little amount of time is. I hope that is making some sense. But, someone with only, you know, an hour of free time a week compared to someone who may have a little bit more um an open schedule, like is is an hour of each person's time really equal at that point? So I think what I'm getting from this your reading is just to make sure that you're not getting too caught up on um schematics, especially if you have this kind of energy of being very analytical. Everything computes, everything's numbers. Um Everything's a spreadsheet in your mind. uh, Try to consider the value of time is relative for each person. I hope that made sense. Um, and yeah, I totally get that. Communication is big. I don't blame you for being upset about that. And that's one of those things where you just got to set a hard boundary and stick to it. And don't feel bad. You know, you don't have to you don't have to engage with that. In that case, it's like if you don't have you shouldn't even waste time explaining to that person why it's rude that they can't communicate to you. They're already telling you. They're already telling you right there. I think let me do one let me just do one more card. I want to like any parting it sounds like it's going to be a challenge for you regardless. Um but maybe hopefully you'll keep some things hopefully something resonated with you and it maybe will change change the future. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. I've been in friendships before where it's like, you wait all week in the hopes to hang out with that person, and then when something comes up, it can be really heartbreaking. Um, so yeah. Okay. Your parting message is the Three of Pentacles reversed. I was gonna say, please don't say challenge. um, lack of teamwork and confused path. Um, so the reason it's interesting is because the reversed Three of Pentacles is mastery, network, and investment. It's kind of the almost like a little bit of a socialite card. Um, so it's getting the reverse of that. As with all reverse cards, the Three of Pentacles reverse shows up when there is an imbalance or disharmony. In this case, it's going to be in the workplace. The workplace. If you are a boss or a manager, this card can indicate dissatisfaction or lack of camaraderie among your coworkers. So, it doesn't necessarily have to mean work, but maybe there's somebody you work with, even like a D&D person or a partner or video game. I don't know. This card reverse can also represent a confused career path. To set it straight, remember your original passion. I don't know. I don't have anything with that, but hopefully that resonated something for you. So, I'm excited for Chrissy. Chrissy, are you still here? I'm excited to do a love reading for you. And Between Boundaries says, so far, all I ask of others is reciprocity. Okay, we got that. Sorry, I'm rereading. I want to catch up on the chat. For example, a recent situation that I just left, we would hang out passively just because we were in the same place, same time. But if I ask them to make time or to spend time with me, suddenly they don't have time and can't even begin to plan with me later in the future. Yeah, that's always a tough one. And in that case, I think you are on the right path in the sense that it's going to be a challenge, but uh, hey, nothing that's truly good is worth having or like is worth working for. So, sounds like you got some challenge, but obviously you're um in the market for some new friends. And, the best part about personal growth is that a lot of times when you let something go and focus on yourself, and self-betterment, things that you wanted will find their way to you, whether it be because everyone's on their own journey, everybody's constantly growing and changing. So maybe those friends, uh, although may seem like in the moment something you don't want right now, um, think about uh, how nice it would be to have your friends come back to you with a new energy. Sometimes it takes us like kind of walking away and doing our own thing to get uh, what we want in return. All right. Chrissy, are you still here? We're going to do a love reading for you. What's coming towards Chrissy in the future for love? Oh, aren't we all? Danger zone. What is up? Welcome back, homie. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. I know you mentioned you may have joined the Discord. I'll make sure to just make sure to give a little agree to the rules. I'm trying to work on the Discord so that's a little bit simpler. but I'll make sure to. It seems a little bare when you first enter, um, but I'll make sure to add. I'll fix permissions once I get off stream. Chrissy, let's go. No shot, Chrissy. Chrissy, I hope you're here. You just got the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Swords. Look at that. Okay, try not to get too excited. I need to leave, take my little personal and put it at the door. Let's see what the cards have to say. Don't want to get ahead of myself. Um, I tend to do that. I get a little excited when it comes to matters of the heart. However, hearts can lead us astray sometimes. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Glad to see you return. Are we going to be getting a reading today? Okay, Chrissy. Hopefully you're still here. Your first card represents compatibility, partnership, and meaning. Now do you see why I was so excited for you? The Two of Cups carries the theme of the first meeting of the other half or a partnership, whether romantic, personal, or professional. It seems you have found someone whom you see eye to eye. In terms of romantic queries, the Two of Cups is one of the most serene cards to pop up in a reading. It speaks to a honeymoon phase in which the other person can do no wrong and supports you in every way possible. Like all of the two cards, this card presents a choice. Will you invest more emotion in the relationship or keep it as a fond memory as you go your separate ways? Woo! You can't have light without shade, though, because we're about to get into the rest of the cards. Your second card is a Page of Cups in reverse. Uh, it's emotional immaturity, a creative block, or escapism. So maybe, it could also be a cautionary tale. Wow. Um, the Page of Cups reverse represents someone who is childish in their attitude and has emotional blocks in life. This card reverse may depict an insecure person who uses substances such as alcohol to drown out their emotional troubles. So avoid those bars. You hear me? Sometimes those bars and those dating apps seem so enticing, but you're probably not going to find anything more than a surface level Two of Cups with those. Ugh. Honeymoon phases fade fast. A real relationship means a lot more than all the stuff you see on social media. Just saying. um, in terms of existing relationships, so I don't know if this really applies. It's a childish relationship, so it's like surface level. Those are, don't get me wrong, those are always fun. You get to take a bunch of pictures and push them blast all over social media. But how embarrassing is it when that doesn't last very long? So just be careful. Um, your last card. So, eh, okay, I think I see what's going on here. Um, Are you younger, maybe, Chrissy? Because basically, the energy that's kind of coming up here is that sometimes you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find the prince. Um, this card represents the that kind of fairy tale faded moment. Um, but this card is also telling me that you could easily get caught up in it, um, or even fall prey to kind of romance, like don't get caught up with a player. Um, and your last card is basically saying that, um, you know, uh, ooh, a lot to choose from, but uh, you're gonna have to look closely um, to see where to go. Otherwise, you may find yourself caught up in the single life. So, let me do one more. Okay, Six of Cups. So personally, what I'm reading without actually just literally reading the meanings of the cards, um, is that I think you should get out there, um, kind of take a leap of faith and enjoy your connections. But ultimately, I think you're gonna end up. It looks like it's gonna be a journey for yourself that you need to work on so that you can figure out that, um, almost like, singlehood can feel so isolating and lonely. You need to work on overcoming those feelings so that you don't sabotage, um, your future meetings. Um, but what this Six of Cups is telling me is that, whatever's meant for you will come to you. So kind of don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Yes. Uh-oh. Who is messaging me? One second. Oh, okay. All right. Let's do. All right. Hi, Phantom Punk. How are you doing? I hope good today. Are you here for a reading? We're going to do one for Danger Zone first. Thanks for dropping by. Good, good, good. Sweet. Do you want a general reading or do you have a particular question? And I'll ask the um same for Danger Zone. Are you just wanting a general? Hopefully it's work texting telling her she's getting a raise and a pizza party. I'm more of a sushi girl myself. I noticed that too much bread upsets my stomach. I try to avoid gluten because it kind of, um, but rice is also gluten, and my stomach doesn't seem to be as upset with rice. So I'm more of like a sushi or curry, um, or I just love me a good rice dish. Yum, yum, yum. Love reading about the person on my mind. Okay. And a general for Phantom. Yes, sushi boat. Delicious. I can't wait. If I ever, when I hit a big milestone as a VTuber, I'll buy myself a sushi boat. All right, we're gonna go Danger Zone first. I do go in order of who requests So, Danger Zone, your first card is the Four of Pentacles. Person on your mind. Person on your mind. Second card is King of Cups in reverse. And your last card is the World. So, the ending of something. The ending of what? I'm not sure. But the Four of Pentacles, it is a bit of a miser card, so it is like pulling back, saving, putting that money under the mattress, maybe but it also is like kind of has that warning of uh, don't hold back too much. It's like a penny pincher. Um, you've reached a high enough state that you have enough to give, but you're not giving. Um, it's represents being closed, but it also is a stability card. Um, so you've worked hard for what you have, but somehow you're not sharing that. So something's definitely there's like it's kind of a block. Um, Sometimes it's because you found success through struggling and you think all of life has to be a struggle. So maybe it's just being open to the fact that like love doesn't have to be so hard. Um, and maybe enjoy the journey a little more. Um, enjoy what you have, let it flow, because holding back leads to stagnation. So, and interestingly enough, your next card is the King of Cups in reverse, and he's the type to he kind of a little bit of a manipulator. Um, and I know that's a big I'm using scary uh what is that scary psych words, but we all kind of manipulate in our own way, even when it's like sometimes it's how we manipulate ourselves, like, you know, convincing yourself to um, push some feelings down or suck something up so you can get done or get through the workday or get that paycheck, that kind of thing. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're um, being I don't know. It carries the same meaning as the upright. Um, but it does signify an imbalance. So whether it be yourself or someone around you, um, there's someone that's prone to emotional manipulation, depression, and addiction. Um, this energy can sometimes be emotionally controlling, toxic, and punishing in speech. Beware of this vindictive person in your life. If you've received the King of Cups reversed in a reading, it seems like you must start putting work in to release yourself from this energy. In simpler spreads, the reverse King of Cups may simply signify that you are feeling confused and not all one with your emotions. This suggests that you need to take greater charge for your life and not depend on external circumstances to make you happy. So maybe you're just focusing too much. Sure. Will Priscilla hire me for the... Well, we'll find out, Jasmine. I do have one reading before you, but I would be glad to pull some cards for your question as soon as I get to um, Phantom Punk, okay? So hopefully you'll stick around, and if not, obviously the video is still there. Um, so let's get to... oh, the last card, the World. So whatever all of this going on, this negativity, I think it sounds like it's at the end of it. It's completion, peace, and travel. It's a beautiful card to get in a reading. It's about completion. Everything at long last is finally coming together. This may be a sign of success, But regardless, the world is yours. So if you get this card in a reading, expect success in your next project. You may feel an interest in getting more involved with your community. You're coming from a place of fully realized love, knowledge, and potential, and you should share this with others. So, just gonna say, I'm getting that maybe this energy isn't yours. I don't know if it is the person on your mind, but for whatever reason, that is unfortunately what is around your situation. So maybe sometimes letting it go, or not necessarily, you don't always have to, you can save space for a person, but let go of what's, because ultimately, if you're coming to a tarot reader um, to ask about a person, there's definitely um, something not quite right. Something's amiss. So I hope you're able to release that. Because it sounds like whatever is beyond that is going to be awesome. So there, hi Jedi Ferret. I think one of your so memorable is like one of your first readings I did for you actually got me pretty emotional myself. So let's do the general for Phantom Pug. Speaking of rice, aside from the Burger King, my mom gave me some cheesy rice with steak bites in it. Yum. She got from a restaurant. Yum, yum, yum. Yep, if you're coming to the tarot instead of the person themselves, you don't feel, that's not necessarily that you feel trust. It just means that, like that person's causing you some kind of emotional turmoil. Hello, ma'am. How can I help you? Probably now's not a good time. Can you wait till after my stream? Do you want to ask them one a number 1 through 4 chat? Just for fun. Oh, of course. Jedi, you don't need, the tarot readings are free out. And on tarot day, you don't have to do a redeem. I got you, girl. I got you. They say 4, 3, 2. Let's see. 4, 3, 2. The threes. Give us a 3. My roommate has a kid. She has one of those little fortune teller things. What is the 3? Two push-ups and 2 what? Acts? Acts. You have to do 2 acts and 2 push-ups, y'all. Get to it. I'll do some push-ups myself. Not right now, though. When the stream's done. Okay, you can keep me honest. Make sure I do it. Thank you. Okay. Steampunk. I'm sorry, Phantom Punk. 8 of Pentacles. In reverse. Magician in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. The Pentacles. Perfectionism, boredom, and lack of direction. It's a paralyzing perfectionism, kind of like the ADHD freeze, where you realize you've spent 2 hours thinking about doing things instead of actually doing things. It can also signify that you're bored or lacking direction. However, it still maintains the positive energy of the upright 8 of Pentacles, and that represents craftsmanship, pride, and spiritual peace. Uh-oh. Please not work. It's not worth. Okay. Uh okay. Um so it means you okay. It's interesting. Okay, I see. I'm sorry. I'll give my thoughts at the end. Um it serves as a hint that you have plateaued and you should pursue a higher calling, that you're ready for it. Because what's crazy is the magician came next, but he's in reverse. So it kind of so one of the popular meanings or sayings that go along with tarot readers say about the magician, I know musician, um, is that they have all the tools at their disposal, but it's in reverse. So it represents laziness and insecurity. It symbolizes the same thing in the upright position, although there may be something blocking the pure energy of the card from coming through. Reverse the magician can be a sign of being unsure of one's power or an attempt to squash one's own potential. So you're holding yourself back. Why are you blocked? Maybe the Page of Pentacles can give us some. I think, I'm almost getting like some inner child wounds or inner child work that you may need to do um, to kind of make that forward movement. I know a lot of people get, I don't know, hopefully you don't get too hung up on the spiritual work because that's what I'm getting. Even look at him. He looks like a little baby, a cute little baby. You need to find him and give him a hug and tell him that you can do anything and you believe in him and kind of get that childlike wonder going. Because as we become adults, the world does seem very small. And, we become more aware of our limits, and that can really hold you back sometimes. Like, I remember one time I was in a chat and I was like, I wanted to be a video game I wanted to make video games when I grew up. And the guy was like, yeah, well, I wanted to be an astronaut when I grew up. I was like, you're kind of a dick. But it's true. And it's easy to kind of like, obviously, we need to be realistic about things, but maybe just step into that energy for a moment and say, like, if it's what I'm really meant to do, I can do anything. I can do it. I can do it. I can get there. And if that's not what I need to be doing, forward movement will still get me to a good place. The Page of Pentacles represents ambition, work ethic, and thoughtfulness. It's associated with a youthful person or energy in your life, someone or something introspective and conscientious. He loves hard work as he benefits from it both materially and emotionally. If you get this card in a reading, it may be a sign to focus. Industriousness may benefit you in the near future. A page card, the Page of Pentacles, is about growing and expanding. This card asks you to be clear about what you need to do to manifest wealth in your life. The Page of Pentacles loves asking thoughtful questions and has a deep desire to always learn. In some cases, the Page of Pentacles predicts a birth, but if you ain't a girl, it ain't happening. So I don't know. Or maybe it's, maybe somebody else. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey. Um, but everyone can learn something. I was even having a conversation about this today where um, I said something silly like, uh, people that are dumb think they know everything, and it's smart people that are open to new ideas and know that there's always more learning that can be done. All right. Next on the list was Jasmine. Jasmine, are you still here? Will Priscilla hire me for the per diem position? I mean, nothing that's meant for you will ever escape you. So if that's the job that's meant for you, you'll get it. But let's see what the cards say. Hi. And there's more. She's right, you know. You got the Four of Swords, the Moon, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So, my question for you is, if the job's not right for you, do you still want it? Or are you just hoping you get it so that you don't have to keep continuing to search for a new job? Because I know that feeling. Hate, hate interviews and all that whole process. All right, your first card. Okay, okay, okay. Rest, observation, and preparation. So that's telling me I can't tell you. Just that you need to relax and don't worry about it. Because believe it or not, it's a lot easier. What is it? It's a lot easier to fail at something than to succeed. You know, it only takes one drop of Windex to destroy a batch of chili. Um, so, almost like you can become your own self-fulfilling prophecy. So don't doubt it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Um, Especially because the next card is the moon, and that's all about secrets and what you can't see. But it also sometimes means like illuminating the darkness. Um, it's illusion, deception, and calm. So again, I'm still getting that, like, you know, I could tell you, yes, you're gonna get the job, but what if turns out to be the worst job that you ever get? You know what I mean? And then last but not least, the wands in reverse represent struggle, avoidance, and lack of vision. So, how important is this job to you really? The Ten of Wands reversed may appear when you have been struggling because you don't remember or can no longer relate to why you said yes to these commitments. Your days feel full but anxious and unfulfilling. This card reverse can suggest that you seek outside help and you do your best to refocus your energy towards a singular purpose. In some cases, the Ten of Wands reverse shows up when you have been avoiding your work, such as letting your email pile up. Unfortunately, this card will warn you that you can't wish your to-do list away. Stop saying yes to new things and look for a straight path you can follow. What's up, Rocket Teats? Are you equipped with ballistics? Okay. Um. Uh. I'm kind of getting to be careful what you wish for, but Um. I'll just say this. I hope the best for you. Um. And I hope that if the job is what you are meant to have, then it comes to you with ease. Go with the flow, and I would say relax. Enjoy your time leading up to it. So what if they don't call you for like 2 weeks and you spent the whole 2 weeks stressing out only to find out that training sessions don't start for a month, so they waited till the last minute to call you and tell you yes? Then was it really worth stressing out that whole time? Nope. Because now you got to go to work 60 hours a week. Just kidding. Um, but I hope you, uh, I hope it works out for you. I'm sure, I bet regardless of whether they hire you or not, you nailed it. Okay. Jedi Ferret cries in night shift. Jedi Ferret. Do you want a general reading? Do you want a love reading? Do you have a specific question? Cries in unemployment. Hey, you enjoy your free time, Buster. You enjoy it for me. Meanwhile, I'm over here working 40 hours a week and attempting to stream 5 days a week. I'm trying, okay? General's fine, just for fun. All right, just for funsies. Me and Jedi Ferret go way back. I am ecstatic to do a reading for you. All right, let me give it one more good shuffle. I'm going to throw 3 cards down. Okay. A 1, a 2, a 3. Ooh, look at you with some nice cards, some pretty cool cards. If I say so myself. And you are Miss Gemini. You know what's funny? They say that oh, it's all bullshit, but how come I keep attracting Geminis as my besties? Gemini and Aries are a good pair, by the way. Looks over at Mame and Pumpkin. They are collabing right now as we speak. Listen, Geminis get a bad rap. They get memed on pretty hard. But I love me a Gemini. And you, cries in Gemini, you got some pretty good cards. The Six of Wands represents recognition, celebration, and victory. The Six of Wands is a card of celebration. It indicates that you have been successful in focusing your natural talents and skills towards rewarding endeavors. Your confidence in yourself is full and healthy. It's time for you to shine. The Six of Wands often appears in a reading when you have experienced some overdue public recognition. Unlike the Four of Wands, Six of Wands is anything but humble. It speaks to parades and champagne. Good fortune has come your way. After this celebration, a significant success is in your future. In readings, when self consciousness is a fear factor, this card may be suggesting that you would benefit by giving yourself more positive encouragement than you have been. You should be proud of your accomplishments and be able to thank people who have helped you thus far. Hold your head up. Yeah! And your very next card is the Queen of Swords. I'm just gonna say because I have some inside information of knowing you. I'm gonna say this is probably your energy, or maybe the energy you should consider embodying, because it is your element. The swords are the element of air and thought. Um, And I'd say this represents you pretty well. Honesty, astuteness, and perceptiveness. The Queen of Swords is a great person to know. She's intelligent, like a walking encyclopedia. She can be aloof at first, but once you get to know her, you will find that the Queen of Swords is able to talk with anyone on any topic. Oh, yeah, that's you. Whether science, art, history, or random and obscure facts. Yeah, that's you. The Queen of Swords, when representing a person, often represents a woman. Though women are often assumed to be driven by emotion, this Queen of Swords is a woman who is stern and analytical. She is far from motherly, yet wonderfully engaging conversationalist who cares about others' well being. The Queen of Swords may appear in a reading when you are doing great things on a high level, such as finishing a debate or getting a degree. This card may also appear when you have developed a great ability to cut to the truth. Your quick thinking is bound to be recognized. Yay! I'm so glad. We're going to end it with an even better card. I guess there's a little bit of shadow in there. This could be a warning that, you need to tap into that inner strength, that maybe there's some trials coming up for you. But it's basically that you're going to fucking kill it. Hi, Kanura. Sure, go ahead. I'm finishing up a reading for Jedi Ferret, and then I can do yours next. So, your final card represents courage, calm, and compassion. Strength is quiet. It's dealing calmly with frustrations when what you really want to do is lash out. It's molding situations over time, knowing that you can endure. It's love and forgiveness. This card can serve as compassionate reminder not to give up, although your circumstances may seem out of control. After the fool meets the chariot and hears the message of power through self direction, she goes forward in her journey with absolute uncompromising victory in mind. Eventually, the fool grows tired of the fire in her belly. That's when the fool finds strength, pure, innocent, yet firmly grounded. Strength shows us the calmer side of power. Oh! I got a little thing to add to that too. Um, while card 7 represents strength directed outward, strength is about the power of the inner spirit to influence and overcome anything. Represented by a tame lion, strength is about honoring and mastering animal nature through warmth and gentleness. Although fear may seem unruly and uncontrollable, that's what really makes it powerless. Receiving strength in a reading is a sign that even though you may feel your situation is unwieldy, you are the one in control. Whether you are trying to tame a situation or force, remember to give more gentleness than you receive, or else you will never get anywhere new. Yeah! Talk about an awesome reading. Okay, what's the current feelings of Sibal for me? I mean, it just sounds like you got it in the bag, girl. I'm glad I'm your friend. All right, let's Kanura, what's current feelings of Sybil? Sybil for you. Have you asked them? I mean, not to be nosy, but I'm just saying, have you just flat out asked them? Yay! I mean, it sounds like you got it in the bag. All right. Oh, so Kanura is on YouTube. I multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch. You have to it'll pop up on like the actual chat screen, but I haven't perfected like it's kind of hard to read on the stream. But Kanura is asking over on YouTube. And yes, Jedi Fair truly is an awesome friend. Those cards 100% sound like you. So, I mean, your general is just keep being yourself. It sounds like you already kind of understand yourself. So, don't let anything sway you from that. Interesting. Okay. You got the Fool in Reverse, the Emperor, and the Knight of Cups. Is this person kind of stodgy, stuffy, maybe a little set in his ways? I don't know. Huh. That's just what I'm getting. But right, we all do. We all do. I had one earlier when I turned on my stream and it was squashed. um so this person's feelings towards you, the cards are saying there's hesitancy, recklessness, and cynicism. So I don't know, maybe this person's not really ready for any kind of relationship. So it may be kind of one of those readings where, regardless of how they feel for you, they may not, I don't know, not getting. Hmm, I'll read a little more, and we'll see how you feel based on what you got. Um, it this card represents a new journey. Although it's one that's far in the distance, it also can be a sign of hesitancy or unwillingness that impedes a real fresh start or a misstep that has caused harmful cynicism. The second card is the Emperor. Um, it's structure, authority, and discipline. The Emperor is a father figure of the tarot, and they bring security. As card 4, they represent the firm structure and stability that comes from personal discipline, reflecting order and regulation. Establishing law in order to provide and protect for the family is the Emperor place in life. The Emperor teaches the Fool about discipline, to make the right decision. They remind you that a lavish abundance of imagination and creativity provided by the Empress are important, but to carry them through you need discipline, strength, and bravery. Together, the Empress and the Emperor represent the idea of balance to the Fool for the first time, something she will continue to explore throughout her journey. Representing the Emperor is a stern, commanding ram. As a symbol of Aries, the ram stands for determination, action, initiative, and leadership. If you get the Emperor in a reading, forge ahead. You need keen concentration and focus to do what you know is best, but you have divine energy behind you. Discipline is about making the right decision, whether it's to stay or whether it's to go. You receive this card in a career, finance, or health reading. It means your logic is strong. It also can stand for strong, usually older authority in your life. Hi, Benita Bala. Hello, hello. Welcome on YouTube. Um, the Knight of Cups is your last card. I'm going to read the Knight of Cups and then I'm going to let you know what I'm thinking, what I'm getting for this person's feelings for you. Um, Knight of Cups reversed. Because that's moodiness, and like kind of an unstable energy. Um, there's an imbalance. So maybe, whatever you're feeling for them may not be equal to what they're feeling for you. Beware of this energy in your life. Oh, no, I'm looking at kings, not knights. I'm sorry. It's the knight. He's still moody though. Yeah, moody. Um, the Knight of Cups may represent your tendency to be sensitive and easily hurt by negative comments and treatment. This card warns that you should not try to get even with those who insult or harm you. You may need to ask yourself, is this energy helping or hurting? Are your feelings warranted or exaggerated? Are your daydreams unhealthy? So, if you're driven by emotions you feel when you are disrespected, you are being ruled more by your emotions than your spirit and your life purpose. So, it sounds like you kind of need to embody maybe kind of that go-getter, a little bit of attitude, and just confront this person and just ask them how you feel. Because ultimately, as much as I love readings, if you're coming to a tarot reader for love advice, um, there's definitely some kind of imbalance. Kind of like uh, if he wanted to, he would energy. Um, so you kind of need to take a little bit of charge for yourself and ask this person how they feel. And if that seems like a bad idea to you, there's your sign that maybe you should kind of walk away from it. That's just me. So, I am going to do just really quick because ultimately, I mean, should you have to ask them? I don't know. It's rough because in nowadays it's intimidating to talk to people. You never know how people are going to react. But a true emperor, the one that you deserve, the energy that you deserve to truly step into your empress energy is going to be an emperor that supports you and makes you feel supported. So if they're kind of leaving you out in the dark or leaving you wondering, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't be worried about what they think. Yeah, I got the 4 cups reversed. Oh, 4 cups reversed. What does that mean? That I'm drawing a blank on what exactly the meaning. Blessings on the way. So, um, yeah, probably not get too focused on this person. Um, because if they are kind of that whole energy of what's meant for you can't be taken from you. So it's best not to focus on um, spilt milk when you have a beautiful love energy cup opportunity coming towards you. It says you're leading a full life. And in terms of imbalance, um, it means you have a good chance of getting over whatever's got you stressed out or has you confused. Um, to extend your focus outwards, learn to care about others by asking genuine questions and listening carefully to answers. You never know what they say might resonate with you or give you something you need for your cause. There you go. Yay. Well, do we have anyone else or should I do a final closing energy? And I think that'll be it. Probably gonna go play some video games. Me? Oh, Rocket. Okay. Do you have a particular question, Rocket, or are you just wanting a general? Exactly. Don't get brainworms. Things always get better. Sometimes you got to give up the bad to get good. You can't you can't get something new until you like let go of what you're currently holding on to. I there's a tarot reader that I really like that says um the Empress energy doesn't need the Emperor energy, but the Emperor energy needs an Empress or he becomes like a dictator. So just know that you're the hot commodity. Get in that energy of like the universe has got your back and you got everything you need. General, let's go. Rocket. See, look, proof that I shuffled my deck because now the moon's coming out in reverse. The moon in reverse, the tower, and the wow, look at all those major arcana. All right. I actually have to use the bathroom really quick. I have returned. The Emperor don't need no Empress. I mean, he doesn't, but he does if he doesn't want to be a big old jerk. It doesn't necessarily mean a literal, like, Empress, but like the energy that represents the Empress. Like, uh, you have to have embrace the softer side, because, like, you need yin and yang. Okay, the moon in reverse. Why am I yawning? Okay, worry and a creative block. When the moon reverses, it could be a sign that you feel overwhelmed by problems and concerns. You may be having nightmares or feeling paranoid about people around you, making them feel on edge as you question their intentions. If you believe danger lurks around every corner, fear can paralyze you from ever dealing with the true root cause of this uneasiness, which the moon implies is within you, not outside of you. In readings about passion or career, the moon reverse can signify a creative block. So some shadow work is needed here. The Tower. I like how the one card you got upright is kind of a negative card. Can't have light without shade. And you know, you also can't have the star without the tower. Okay. The tower represents destruction, collapse, and release. Um, well, as the card, it's like the tower represents something falling away. I guess it doesn't necessarily mean negative, but most people have a pretty knee-jerk reaction to loss or things being destroyed. Like as you can see, even in this depiction, it's basically like lightning striking a tower. I think in the original tarot, it's the Tower of Babel being taken down by the literal like hand of God striking the Tower of Babel down, and people are like jumping out to the like jumping out to their deaths. So I mean, it's a pretty goth card. No, I'm just saying. People tend to be a little intimidated like, by that. That's all. That's all. That's all. Um, so it it's a major structure in your life that's hit by lightning. Expect to be shaken up, abrupt, jarring, and painful. This card warns of unforeseen events that will cause something to come crashing down, which could be negative beliefs, or even negative attachments in your life. However, just because um like you'd be so shocked how much people like but I need that. Like for example, I used to be addicted to cigarettes, and I would have fought you if you took my cigarettes away. The tower is worse than the devil's card. Not necessarily. Again, it's weird because there's no shadow without light and there's no light without shadow, because like the devil card, yes, represents like addiction or the chains that bind us, but in that sense, again, the tower could mean negative beliefs or anything that's like cemented into your life or path is coming down. But regardless, that can be really scary and really difficult and challenging to deal with. So, Um, I'd be more worried if the tower was in reverse because then it's like fighting against, then you are getting into more of that devil energy of like, no, I'm fine. I don't have a problem. Everything's fine. Like everything's good. What are you talking about? Speaking of, that's kind of what the star in reverse represents because when it's upright, it's hopes, dreams, renewal. It's like basically the calm after the storm. It literally comes after the tower. So it's like the after everything's fallen and crumbled, it's the like hope of, oh, that's done. I can't wait to start anew. I'm going to build a house that's even better. Um so this is kind of representing the defensiveness, but it also represents a need for rest and withdrawal. Getting the star reversed in a reading could be a sign that you've been struggling for too long, spending more time than necessary, feeling sorry for yourself. During this time, you could feel loneliness, but your solution is not to seek more interaction, distractions, and events. Rather, take time to reflect, heal your inner self, and whatever part of you needs attention and care. In a relationship reading, the reverse star can mean someone is hurt or feeling vulnerable but putting up a tough front. In matters of career and passion, the star is a reminder to keep the original spark of inspiration alive. I don't vape. Uh, Vaping's kind of weird to me. I know that's like the new thing, but nope, I I don't. I do not vape. Yeah, I quit ciggies. Which is crazy to me because I used to smoke a lot of ciggies. Oh. They say you have to try, they say the average adult tries like it takes up almost up to 7 times, 7 attempts, like real attempts at quitting before you quit for good. So I'd say it safely probably took probably 7 times at least. Yep, I did. I can't believe it. Good job. The more you can avoid that stuff, the better. Thank you. I'm so happy. One of my big motivators is that my voice is really important to me, so I didn't want to destroy it with the ciggies. I didn't want to sound like the raise your hand if you want chicken nuggets. Raise your hand if you want garlic. What was it? I can't remember the. I love that. This is stupid. So I don't even know what it's from, but it's usually like a dog getting all excited about a treat, and it's like, raise your hand if you want chicken or something. Chicken. No, it's not even nuggets. Anyway, doesn't matter. I could also do the, or I would have sounded like Dr. Girlfriend. No, sweetie. Yes, this is my real voice, and yes, I belong in here. I really like the Venture Brothers. You Rocket says I used to smoke a pack and a half in a day. Vaping as best I could do. You're amazing. Nice. I mean, whatever you need to do, you know? And if you do, I I think everything happens when it's supposed to happen because like I remember one of the things that always bothered me is like if someone like would like you need to quit or like I saw stupid ads, it just makes you want to smoke a cigarette more. So it's best to just go with the flow and one day you'll just realize like I don't need this anymore and you let go of it. It's like resistance will cause setbacks. So sometimes you really do just have to let things go where you need to go. Commercials are the worst. Well, do you want to do one more card to send us off unless anybody else wants a reading? I will say, I apologize, Rocket, your reading was a little dark, but I think ultimately it's good. It's just showing it sounds like maybe some shadow work is in order. Kind of sounds like. Maybe just a little bit. I mean, heck. Uh, I don't. Yes. Good. Ha ha ha. Yes. Good, good. Carl Jung says we should embrace our shadows, for it is equal part of us. Lest us be controlled by them, we embrace them instead. Okay. What are we sending off with? Aww! Little Bubba Page of Pentacles came back. I like him. He's like a little ball baby. He's so cute. Here in my this makes me want to play more Death Stranding. My little BB. I love Death Stranding. BB makes me so happy. Look at him. Aww. I mean, it's a good energy to be in. It's like the hopeless dreamer. It's the the guy who's like, I'm gonna change the world. I'm gonna be a millionaire. He's a happy little guy. He's got good work ethic, ambition, and thoughtfulness. It's youthful. It's about expanding. It asks you to be clear about what you want to manifest. And because it's pentacles, it's about getting that bread. The Page of Pentacles is asking us thoughtful questions so that we can get, what's something meaningful you can ask yourself. It's a birth of something new, whether it be a physical birth, a new idea, a new job, something new, intangible in the physical world. Ooh, we got a late comer. Noth. I no. I can't read your name. It's too many words at once, but I'll just call you No. What's up, No? Yes, you can get a reading. We'll do one more before we head out. Do you want a general or would you like do you have a specific question in mind? Not here at your mom's house. Oh my. All right, not here. Whoa. Okay. Call you Dr. House. Okay. Dr. Gregory House. What can I do for you? I love that show. Dealer's choice. All right, you're getting a general. You're getting my 3-card spread. Your past energy is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Your present energy affecting you is the 8 of Wands in reverse. And finally, you've got a little bit of a wall up. The 10 of Wands. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming, Rocket. Definitely. I hope you give me a follow and come back for a follow-up. I love to do follow-up return reads and check in, see how you're doing. Wednesdays is the day I try to do readings. I admit I can be a little inconsistent, but we're working on it. Otherwise Wednesday is the day. After 5 p.m. Central Time. So, your past Energies affecting you not is being overly emotional, hesitation, and a little bit of a dead end energy. The Ace of Cups always represents strong emotion, but reverse this card can signify a hesitation or unwillingness to be rational. Um, if you're seeking advice over a choice, the Ace of Cups reverse can be a strong sign to listen to your heart in this instance rather than your head. In the realm of career, I don't know if that's what you're asking about, but this card points to a tendency to get overly attached to one's work and not hear constructive feedback. Free reading, sign you down. All right, Sane. After this, I'll do you as well. You popped in just in time. Your present energy is affecting you. Currently, not is pacing yourself, delay, and being overly busy. Reverse the Eight of Wands can suggest that you're feeling overwhelmed. There may be too much going on, or perhaps you've put too much on your plate. If you've taken too much, find the source of what makes you commit to too many things. Maybe like a people pleasing thing you need to work on. I don't know. But avoid adding more at this time. When the Eight of Wands reverse shows up in a reading, it can warn of some delays. Yeah, you're stuck with me a little bit longer. Um, Last but not least, your final card represents the same thing: overcommitment, burden, and stress. It embodies the usual characteristics of the Wands cards, which are passion, creativity, and energy. But the Ten of Wands appears in readings which you've gotten too much of what you're striving for. However, although these projects may have begun with energy and drive, this card suggests that bureaucracy and process have been weighing you down as of late. You've lost the music that was driving you before, whether it's actual music, a desire to help people, or need for self expression. You no longer hear the sound of your original mission. You might be going through the motions and getting through your day. Maybe you feel like you're doing a lot of work and not being appreciated. This card warns of burnout, becoming overcommitted while not expressing the passion you have inside you. I'm getting some inner child work. I think maybe that Page of Pentacles um, came back for a reason. Sounds like, uh, you know, it's almost like it's like the bad end for our little ambitious baby boy. Um, he worked too close to the sun, and now he's sunburnt. You need to go home and put some aloe on, relax, meditate, clear your mind, clear your space, and slow down just a little bit. All right, Sane, what's your reading? We doing a general? We doing a love? You got a particular question? What you got for me, buddy? What you got? What you got? Otherwise, I'm just gonna start throwing them down. I want to know my financial read for this year. Okay. Will I be able to achieve my goals? I mean, that's on you, buddy. But let's see what the cards say. I hope it helped. Are you stretching yourself a little thin, Not? Do we need to be taken back a step? Do you need to? Okay. Okay. All right, buddy. Let's go. Oh, okay. Um. Okay. So, I hate to. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Been delaying it, and always something stops me from doing it, sacrificing myself too long. I just based on the cards you got, I just want to make sure you don't go too far in the other direction. We're looking for a middle of the road. Otherwise, um, what you're going to fall into is workaholic, setbacks, or self-criticism when the Nine of Pentacles appears. So a lot of times what happens is if you've got that block, um, and something's stopping you, you need to you really need to make sure you take a step back and analyze, like ask yourself the important questions, take some time to heal, um, rest and recovery, because it's like an athlete trying to perform, you know, trying to do the Olympics with an injury. It's just not gonna go well. Um, so make sure that you're focusing on you before you push forward into something else, because you don't want to get into the realm of distractions. Otherwise it's, I'm getting you're, passionate, loving person, or there's that energy there, but it's in reverse. So it sounds like you need some healing. Um, and that if you don't heed these warnings, um, it's like this is literally the opposite, the sacrificing yourself you're talking about. This card is literally the opposite of it. So when you think about driving a car, if you start to lose control and your car veers to the left, most people instinctively like yank the wheel to the right. But what does that cause you to do? It causes you to spin out. So what I'm getting is that you're right now, you're drifting to the left, and instead of yanking to the right, let go of that wheel, let it rebalance, let it fix itself, and then steer forward. Otherwise, you're just going to get yourself into a bunch of setbacks, um, or possibly like a negative path. Hope that makes sense. Whoa, 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 we got raiders? We got raiders? Hiya, 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 hiya. What? Wait, how did I miss it? Oh my God. Did we really? What, how did? Yeah, thank you. Hi, hi. What the heckaroonies? Hi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ha. Thank you, thank you. We're doing free readings over here. I hope everybody's doing good. Yahoo! Woo! Yay! Let's see. Woo, 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 woo. Bow, bow, bow. I can't believe it doesn't tell me. Mental is not there, still healing, but I had set to work on physical body. Okay, good, good. Again, just, make sure you're being good to yourself. You're healing, Um like I said, that's probably the best analogy I can come with is like just let that steering wheel get back to center before you try to steer the car in any type of direction. That way you don't spin out. I wonder, let's see. Wow, wow, wow. Yay. Thank you so much. Man. Yeah. Does anybody else want a reading? Since I've got a little bit more time and I've got quite a few more of you now. Yeah, basically, don't fall into negative patterns. Don't you know, Sounds like you need to make sure not to forget about the softer side of life, the happier side, because it's really easy to just, you know, sometimes there's that time where you need to, what is it, put the, put the, I can't think of the right saying, but something, something to the pavement? I don't know. But I feel like this is like a time of rest and recovery for you. Aw, thank you. What kind of readings do I like doing? All types of readings. I guess my favorite would be love readings. I do a 3 card spread, typically representing 3 energies of past, present, and future. Um, I do rely a little bit on uh, the actual like book meanings, but sometimes if I can't help but like something comes out at me, I have my own interpretations as well, but go ahead and ask me something and we'll see how it goes. Also, Witchy, I hope you had a really good stream. I'm definitely, let's see, I need to give you a follow. Appreciate. Let's see, how do I do that? Awesome. There we go. You'll take a reading too. Perfect. Grin, are you wanting? Okay, love, love, love. And do you have a particular question or? Okay, all right. Okay. We just have Grin. Grin, Grin. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anyone. All right, Grin, let's give you a love reading. Your first card. The Six of Cups reversed. Oh, Captain, did you want one? Oh, Captain, I'm sorry. I got you next. You know I do. Ew, we got some returners, but now they're in the upright. Okay, all right. Wow, that's quite the love spread you got going on there. I like it. Ooh, looks like a good future to me. Um, so your past energies look like there's a bit of worry, rumination, and bitterness. It shows that your past energies kind of has a little bit of stuck, whether you're clinging to outdated modes of thought for comfort or reliving things you did wrong. That's pretty standard. Most people do that. Um, However, your present energy is swift movement, busy activity, and change. So, obviously, from a negative past card to a positive future card is pretty darn good because what you have for your future energies is the quintessential Ace of Cups. It's love, new relationship, and intense emotion. Could be with a person, place, or thing, but obviously in a love reading, it usually does mean a person. Um, it signifies the glimpse of a new creative and expressive period in your life. As with all ace cards, it represents a tugging at your soul or a new determination, not necessarily the beginning of action. This card indicates that you've laid the foundation for a prosperous new beginning. Being a one card, this card's energy is very straightforward and focused, just like the Magician's. The message of the Ace of Cups is simply love. The Ace of Cups can be an indicator of a newfound passionate relationship, be a romantic, or an eager new business partner. In any case, the suit of cups is about fluidity and flowing. If you receive this card in a reading, it's a sign that you have a divine energy helping you through the situation. You can do no wrong. Because this suit is about fluidity and flowing, you may be feeling a new welling emotion that you can barely contain. Share what you can with others because your luck seems to be overflowing. Wow, look at that. You honestly couldn't ask for a better love reading. I did not do that on purpose. That is awesome. Oh, thank you for the follow as well. For some reason, I'm not hearing my alerts. My Steam Labs has been all wonky, let me tell you. The start to my stream was rough. Gonna have to do some troubleshooting after today. But thank you so much for the follow. My tarot readings are free and every Wednesday as long as life doesn't get in the way. Well, thank you for asking for one. That was a really awesome reading. I love when that happens. All right, Shotgun. What do I got for you? What do I got for you? Shotgun is one of my regulars. An absolute sweetheart. Death in reverse, maybe fighting some change. The world in reverse. Uh-oh, Shotgun. What are we avoiding? So, the death in reverse. It's resistance, being stuck in bad habits. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It indicates a resistance to change or a difficult transformation. It can also mean you're hanging on to dead things long after they are needed, such as someone who begins biting their nails to soothe stress of a school semester but continues to bite his nails after the class is ended. If you get reverse death in a reading, it is a sign of imbalance. It bears repeating that this card is usually not about the close, so it's not about actual death. It's about change followed by renewal, kind of like the tower and the star. We had a little, sometimes it's scary and you want to, like death. He's scary, but he brings change. And so it's natural to kind of fear, like, the way people cling to the way we can rationalize bad habits or negative things in our life is we are unmatched in our ability to fight for. So your next card is feeling trapped, depression, and fear. So the world reversed in a reading can mean that the feeling of completion you've been needing is somehow blocked. It could be a sign that you've been closing yourself off from the world in the worst cases, but certainly not every case. The reverse world appears in readings for agoraphobics. Think of any irrational fear that have contributed to your present situation and how can you confront them? I mean, I'm going to call you out, Shotgun. You are such a sweetheart, and I want all the best for you. So, I mean, I'm glad you always show up for me because I'm sticking with you on this journey. But we got some work to do. The Six of Wands, though, however, is a really good card. So whatever it is you're going through right now, you're going to get through it and you'll be recognized and celebrated. And like we said for Jedi Ferret, victory! It appears in a reading when you've experienced some overdue public recognition. And I hope you get it because You're always a positive addition to my stream. You're so very supportive. So I hope you're giving that to yourself. And maybe that's where your block is coming in. Um, that you're not showing yourself the same kindness that you do to everyone else. So, uh-huh, I'm calling you out. All right. Do we have any more readings today or and it's okay if we're being shy. I'll be here back again next Wednesday to make sure we do some more readings, do some updates. Should I pull out one final card for everyone who's here today? Just general energies. See what y'all get. See if we've, obviously it's changed up. I appreciate everyone who came. And then, do you think we could even find someone else to raid? All right. I'd be willing to take some suggestions. Otherwise, I'll just look and see who's on, and then we'll. I'm so excited because I don't always have enough viewers to kind of do a raid. So it'd be really awesome if you guys stuck around long enough for to share the love, pass it on. All right. That's. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna take it. Um. Guess what card came back out? I don't know if you guys were here for it earlier, but it's our little baby. He's in reverse now. He's still so happy. So I guess it's just still him. We can read the reverse just so we kind of know the precautionary aspect of this card, and maybe that's why he keeps coming back. Um, so the opposite of our main energy is sloth, lying, and materialism. When he's in his shadow side, it can be a sign that we're in a childish mentality, being lazy, making excuses, lying to ourselves, which is the worst person you could lie to. Not that lying's okay, just saying. Um, but if it appears reverse, it could signify cynicism towards oneself. Maybe you're feeling far away from where you want to be. The loss of faith is harmful, suggesting that take a vacation to re energize and rejuvenate. So, yay! Let's see. Let's see. Do you want to see who we can raid? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Um, I can't thank you guys enough for coming. Let's see. Raid. How do we raid again? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. That's why. I need to get in my dashboard. I am spiritually advanced, where technologically I am not. All right. Oh, can we? There's some cool tarot going on. Well, should we do a fellow tarot? Oh, actually, uh, let's raid my VTuber. Oh, this one looks fun too. We're gonna raid my VTuber Papa, Lenora. She's the one who did my rigging after I had kind of a botched rig for my VTuber. She came in and did all of my model rigging pro bono. So I think let's give her a visit. Lenora. She is a skeleton VTuber and she's super awesome and super nice. So let's go. Um, Okay. So, if you guys are still here, thank you so much for hanging out. Let's oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's go. Rating in 1 minute. Oh wow. I guess we have a minute. But let's do one more. Um I don't know, is it able to rate now? There we go. All right, this has been Shay Star. Thank you so much for tuning in to my tarot readings. I do this every Wednesday when possible. You can join my Discord and ask me for a reading anytime. Make sure to agree to the rules, and you are golden. I think that's it. Let's raid. Thank you guys so much.